Namaste, angels. I'm here to do the daily reading for Friday, May 12th. And I was going to go over some things with Mary, Queen of Angels, in my cards for her because tomorrow is the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. But I've decided I'll just do another video for Saturday, the 13th, specifically for her. Notice it's the 13th, by the way. Let me see. And I think the original one, the original apparition, the viewing, was on May 13th too. Or something having to do with Our Lady of Fatima was on May 13th. In the original time. I hadn't thought about that before. It just came to me. Speaking of things that's coming to me about the date, the other day I was saying that I felt the divine masculine coming, coming for, many that are in separation, would begin returning, not waiting until, the end of the Jupiter retrograde, but beginning to return now. And I was saying by like next week, I can feel a whole bunch. And I was trying to feel a date, and 520 had come into my head. And I don't know if I said it out loud. But this morning, boom, I remembered last year, this time, and, again, it's on video. We can't take it back. Can't make it up or pull it out of my ass. It's posted. Around this time last year, I was saying that Mary had come to me in a vision, which she did. And she was saying to me 520, and I didn't know what it was. And I had, put it out there because I was trying to figure out. And at that time, I thought that other people would be as honest and forthcoming as myself in sharing this information, because we were all like, on a common mission to salvation, towards salvation. So, I learned how many of us actually are not, how many of us are dark angels, I mean, I knew that some of us were at the time, but I just thought that more who put their effort into it like this were of the light. In any case, and this morning I was like, oh, Mary said 520. Maybe she meant this year. This year on 520, and I thought about the reading that I did yesterday, also in connection with this, because I had the Lover's crowning and crossing Venus, the Empress. And this morning I said, oh yeah, 520. Mercury is completely, I mean, it's already out of retrograde. I mean, already went direct, and now it's in shadow. It exits the entire RX zone on May 20th. And Venus does, or the Empress, on May 18th. And when Mercury exits and is in Taurus, I mean, when Mercury exits the RX zone, it's in Taurus that it does so. And I think the coordinates even equal to, I'll bring it up for the reading that I do for Our Lady of Fatima, but I think the coordinates even equal to 613 for that Mercury leaving the RX zone. So anyway, 520, for that reason, I think is why I was feeling all this stuff about next week as opposed to this one, like the trickle this week, and then next week a more en masse was the word I used. We'll start to notice larger groups of masculine that had previously been in separation returning. Also, since we're all going through these transformations, and many of us feeling more and more sisterly, brotherly, coming together, and that's why we're under greater attack by those dark angels that I mentioned a moment ago. A lot of us have the light feeling like we have to band together as a collective. I decided to read a prayer that I wrote and rewrote and rewrote, and I'm probably still going to rewrite, over and over again. I've made smaller versions. I've revised it 10,000 times. And I've said it on air before, but not in quite some time. I think the last time may have been Ramadan of last year, which is coming up again for this year. Ramadan is May 26th or 27th. I think it may be the 26th but I may be thinking about the Hebrew month of Sivan, Sivan, which is the 26th, or they both may be on the same day. That, that wouldn't surprise me and wouldn't be a mistake, wouldn't be weird, because again, there is word spread all over that is the correct word. And then we have manipulations of it, and we had people in different secular organizations trying to take ownership over God. He demands his freedom. He demands our freedom. So that's what a lot of this is about. He's going to break down these religions. He's going to break them apart. He's going to collapse them. He's going to free his people. And we are, in part, here to help him do that. So for that reason, I think I'll say a prayer over us all. So if any of those dark angels are watching right now, you may want to leave. You've been warned. And I'll do the significant events first. 1789, William Wilberforce marks his first major speech on abolition in UK House of Commons, reasons the slave trade morally reprehensible and an issue of natural justice. So speaking of freedom, boom. In the year 1875, first recorded shutout of a pro baseball team. That happened with Chicago 1 and St. Louis 0. 1940, Nazi blitzkrieg conquest of France began by crossing the Meuse River. 1943, the Axis forces in North Africa surrender. 2002, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter arrives in Cuba for a 5-day visit with Fidel Castro, becoming the first president of the United States in or out of office to visit the island since Castro's 1959 revolution. 2008, Wenchuan earthquake measuring 7.8 in magnitude occurs in Sichuan, China, killing over 87,000, injuring 374,673 people, and leaving homeless between 4.8 million and 11 million people. Did you know Konrad Zuse presents the Z3, the world's first working programmable fully automatic computer, in Berlin on May 12th in the year 1941. Famous birthdays: Florence Nightingale, Katharine Hepburn, Julius Rosenberg, Tony Hancock, Yogi Berra, and Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is American. His full name is Anthony Frank Hawk. He's a skateboarder, former professional skateboarder, well known for completing the first documented 900 and for his licensed video game titles distributed by Activision. He is widely considered to be one of the most successful and influential pioneers of modern vertical skateboarding. He was born on May 12th in 1968 and is 48 years old, a tourist from Carlsbad, California. Yogi Berra is American, MLB catcher and manager, played almost his entire 19-year baseball career, 1946 through 1965, for the New York Yankees, winning the AL MVP award 3 times. As a player, coach, or manager, he appeared in 21 World Series, winning 13 of them. Also known for his mangled quotes such as "It ain't over till it's over" while speaking to reporters. He was born on May 12th in the year 1925 and was a tourist from St. Louis, Missouri, USA. He died on September 22nd in 2015 at the age of 90. Tony Hancock. Full name Anthony John Hancock. He was British and a comedian. He's famous for Hancock's Half Hour. He was born on May 12th in 1925 and was a tourist from Hall Green, Birmingham, Warwickshire, England. He died on June 25th in 1968 at the age of 43 of suicide by drug overdose. Julius Rosenberg, I think maybe the husband of a 2-part spy team, if I remember correctly. American, alleged Soviet spy, yes. Executed with his wife for treason and conspiracy to commit espionage relating to passing information about the atomic bomb to the Soviet Union. He was born on May 12th in 1918 and was a tourist from New York City, New York, USA. He died on June 19th, which is Juneteenth, the day that Texas finally got the memo that the slaves had been freed. So speaking of freedom, again, there's a reason for every freaking thing, isn't it? And so I was moved to start talking to you guys about that today, and now look what's coming out in this. Anyway, June 19th, in the year 1953, he was 35 at the time. Cause of death, again, was execution. I think they both went to the electric chair, or was it a firing squad? One of those two. Katharine Hepburn was American and an actress. She received 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress for her performances in Morning Glory, 1933. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, 1967. The Lion in Winter, 1968. And On Golden Pond in 1981. She was born on May 12th in 1907 and was a tourist from Hartford, Connecticut, USA. She died on June 29th in 2003 at the age of 96 of natural causes. Florence Nightingale, the last of the deaths, was British and a nurse, famed as the Lady with the Lamp in the Crimean War. She revolutionized nursing. A noted statistician, she is also said to have invented a predecessor to the pie chart. She was born on May 12th in 1820 and was a tourist from Florence, Tuscany, Italy. She died on August 13th in 1910 at the age of 90, peacefully in her sleep. Going up to the birthdays. Tony Hawk. I'm sorry. Nope. Tony Hawk is what I just did. The deaths I hadn't done. Nancy Sachs. I'm sorry. I didn't even mention these to you guys. I didn't do the famous one. I didn't do anything. What is wrong with me today? In the year 1191, Richard I, and I don't know what that is. You know what? This is probably the dark. They're like, no, she's going to pray. She's going to do all kind of stuff. Shut this down. Somebody, did you hear that? Like something in Italian started playing from my laptop while I'm on onthisday.com looking at the famous weddings. I just muted the sound. Anyway, in the year 1191, Richard I of England marries Berengaria of Navarre. 1641, Prince Willem II of Orange. 14, marries English Princess Mary Henrietta Stuart. 9. 1763, founding father of the United States. Roger Sherman, 42, weds second wife Rebecca Prescott, 20. I don't know if the previous one was clear. That's Mary, Queen of Scots, Mary Henrietta Stuart. 1956, New York Yankees owner George Steinbrenner, 25, weds Elizabeth Joan Zeig. 1959, actress Elizabeth Taylor's 27-year-old marries, they have apostrophe S, as if she took ownership over something. She marries for the 4th time to entertainer Eddie Fisher, who was 30. Famous divorces, 2004. Model and actress Allie Landry divorces at 30. She divorced the Saved by the Bell actor Mario Lopez, who was also 30, due to infidelity only less than 2 weeks after getting married. Damn, Mario. 2016, actress Billie Piper and fellow actor Lawrence Fox divorced after 8 years of marriage. And then the deaths. J.E.B. Stuart and Nancy Sachs. Nancy Sachs was German, a poet. She won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1966, which is 67 or 13 or 4 or 11, 11. She was born on December 10th in the year 1891, which is 11, by the way, and was a Sagittarius from Berlin, Germany. She died on May 12th in 1970 at the age of 78 of intestinal cancer. J.E.B. Stuart was American, a Confederate general, a U.S. Army officer from Virginia, and a Confederate States Army general during the American Civil War. He was known to his friends as Jeb from the initials of his given names. Stuart was a cavalry commander known for his mastery of reconnaissance and the use of cavalry in support of offensive operations. While he cultivated a cavalier image, red-lined gray cape, yellow sash, hat crooked to the side with an ostrich plume, red flower in his lapel, often sporting cologne, his serious work made him the trusted eyes and ears of Robert E. Lee's army and inspired the Southern morale. He was born on February 6 in 1833 and was an Aquarius from Patrick County, Virginia, USA. He died on May 12th in 1864. At the age of 31, he was killed in action. And so that was all of the birthdays and the deaths. Going to the dice, beginning with romantic dinner. Party. And forget it. Spirit says dirty movie. Spend money. And no. Okay, let's see if I can get this prayer going. Divine Creator, mine and my divine masculine's highest selves. Mine and my divine masculine's highest selves. Mine and my divine masculine's highest selves. All beings of divine love, light, truth, and wisdom. All beings of divine love, light, truth, and wisdom. All beings of divine love, light, truth, and wisdom. I request the following for myself and for my divine masculine and for all of the beings of light listening, all of the illumined, all of the elect, all of their descendants who too will engage in the Exodus with us. I ask these things in all versions, throughout all dimensions, throughout all concepts of space and time, on all levels of consciousness, throughout all aspects of existence. Please remove all trauma and restriction from myself and my divine masculine and all beings of light, all illumined, all elect, please, and all their descendants of the light as well. Please neutralize and negate all negative dissonant energies influencing myself and my divine masculine and all beings of light watching now and anywhere out in the world, in any dimension, any space, any time, any elect, any illumined, and any of their descendants in the light. Transmute all of these removed energies back to divine source. Please retain all learning experiences attached to these energies, acknowledging them as complete on all levels. Please transmute to love any interfering energies released throughout our being as they complete their energetic transition. Please release and clear all negative programs for myself, my divine masculine, and all beings of light, watching or not watching, all of the elect, all of the illumined, and all of their descendants in the light. Anyone in any of us who may be consciously or unconsciously participating in anything negative, remove those programs from us, or if we're receiving anything without our knowledge or with our knowledge, please cease that and remove it. Please replace these removed negative energetic programs with new energies of emotion that align fully and only with divine love, divine light, divine truth, and divine wisdom, and that serve us in aligning with our highest path and purpose and the highest path of love. Please clear all discordant energies to divine love before releasing it back to source. Please replace all discordant energies with divine love, divine light, divine truth, and divine wisdom. Please sever all vows, contracts, hooks, cords, hexes, promises, curses, threats, spells, beliefs, and patterns that I and or any of the other illumined of the light, elect, and or their descendants of the light have made, either knowingly or unknowingly, and that have interfered or that had interfered with divine universal love, light, truth, and wisdom, and or are no longer in the highest good of all. Please include revocation of all contracts that were perceived to be irrevocable. Please replace these energies and agreements with knowledge and understanding of mine, my divine masculine, and all of the elect and their descendants in the light's highest path and purpose and highest path of love. Please release myself, my divine masculine, and all other illumined, elect, and their descendants in the light of any negative emotions, mental patterns, physical disease, and energies associating with creating or participating in these agreements. Please clear all portalways to other astral planes, dimensions, beings, or lifetimes not in alignment with my and or my divine masculine or any other beings of light's highest good. Please heal my divine masculine, and all other beings of light, golden webs of any and all golden web tears, scars, tar, and red fibers, replacing all tainting with golden creative substance only. Please restore my divine masculine and all of these other light beings, physical DNA, chakra systems, energy bodies, divine soul blueprints, karmic files, and soul matrix to perfection for optimal operating in our highest good. Please ensure that all subconscious, conscious, and superconscious are healthy and fully connected, working in complete harmony under all conditions. Please update our soul records with the highest path and purpose available, dissolving all paths that are no longer in our highest good. Please expedite our spiritual growth and elevate our level of consciousness by removing all perception of limitation and judgment arising from the collective consciousness. Please assign a teacher of the highest possible divine order to assist all of us in unplugging, all of us here of the light, in unplugging from our collective consciousness and in transitioning into a paradigm that reflects only divine love, divine light, divine truth, and divine wisdom. Please allow all upgrades to penetrate our physical bodies on a cellular level, integrating our spiritual growth into our reality, physically manifesting all positive changes into our current individual dimensional reality, whatever that may be. Please assign members of my divine masculines, and all of these beings of lights, spiritual committees, to ensure that all upgrades take place in a manner that is optimal to our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical comfort. Please infuse us with pure, positive perfection of divine universal love, light, truth, and wisdom. Please place spheres of divine love and protection, toned to the universal energy of 6, magnified to the cosmic energy of 12, equating to magic number 9, with silver modulating above, below, around, and around us, inclusive of all subtle bodies into infinity and beyond. Please allow love to pass both ways. Please place a circle of ultraviolet light and violet fire outside the spheres to cleanse and purify all negative energies. Please assign a peacekeeping guardian angel of the highest order to uphold these conditions. Please remove all additional souls and discarnate entities, wolf packs, demons, earthbound spirits, ghosts, poltergeists, talker stalkers, and any other positive or negative entity that is attached to or interfering in any way with myself, my divine masculine, or any other beings of light anywhere they may be. Please return all removed entities to their respective appropriate planes. Please provide a third order escort to each and all of these entities, ensuring that they're removed. Do not allow any to remain. Please contain any and all entities that resist in any way and transport them to the astral planes justly earned. Please block all further access to myself, my divine masculine, and any other beings of light from these removed entities for all time on all subtle levels via any instrument such as, but not limited to, crystal, implant, or other object. Please sever all connections to these entities that they may have with any others, positive or negative, that may conduct acts of interference on their behalf. Please fill all memory channels and access points to these entities with golden creator substance, severing all connections for all time. Please remove and render void at root issue all promises, contracts, bindings, vows, pacts, compassionate connections, and any other agreements between myself, my divine masculine, and any other beings of light, and all entities, separating us from all entities causing interference. These include, or the types of interference include, but are not limited to, all that are secret, hidden, invisible, covert, unseen, unheard, unknown, unacknowledged, undisclosed, and please remove them all in all forms from all levels of consciousness. Please remove all negative operating systems and instructions, including backup systems and program copies. Please retain all learning experiences from trauma and restriction. Please remove all negative programming and heal the blueprint, subtle body, soul matrix, and genetic codes for these entities, reconnecting their subconscious, conscious, and superconscious, restoring them to the highest possible alignment with divine love, divine light, divine truth, and divine wisdom. Please place spheres of divine love, toned to the universal energy of 6, magnified to the cosmic energy of 12, equating to magic number 9, with silver modulating above, below, around, and about these entities, inclusive of all subtle bodies, into infinity and beyond. Please polish these spheres on the inside so that the darkness must remain contained within the spheres. Please contain all darkness until this entity desires complete clearing. At that time, darkness can be transmuted to divine love, divine light, divine truth, and divine wisdom, and released. Please assign teachers of the highest possible order to these entities to assist them in rediscovering the God spark within. In the highest good of all beings, I entrust that these intentions will be carried out with joy, now, and in all aspects of existence. I pray these things over my entire collective of light beings. All of us in the light, all of the elect, all of the illumined, all of our descendants in the light. I pray over my channel, my social media, that I be not interfered with in any way, on any plane, in any dimension, any space, any time, to infinity and beyond. Ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ, in the power of his blood, and all things holy through the unity of the Holy Spirit, together with Mother and Father, one God, forever and ever. Thank you. And so it is, and it is done. Amen. Okay, with that, let's get to the cards. And hopefully that will help with having severed cords for many of you too, since this is a time of all of that. Our transformation, our transcendence, and our transitions into, this new life, basically. Brand new life. Born again. Begin with the Page of Fire, who's outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. Opening to the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. High Priestess can be representing an air sign, particularly Gemini, or a water sign, perhaps Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Page of Fire, by the way, I didn't mention that, is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Opening to the Eight of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, maybe even going back to school. Eight of Earth. And the Six of Air. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. May even be taking a trip. Knight of Earth. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind is the Knight of Earth. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. The Knight of Earth is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Eight of Earth back. Opening to Ego, also a Capricorn, Virgo, a Taurus, or someone taking on that energy. It's the Devil card in this deck. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Two of Earth. Oh, and opening to the Two of Fire. So if this was a decision, perhaps, because that's what a Two of Earth can be, maybe the choice was, yes, to go into business, to go into partnership of some sort, to go into committed relationship. Two of Earth now at the bottom. I'm going to cut. And it's the Page of Air. Logical, honest, impulsive, and curious is the Page of Air. Also a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. And the overall energy is the Four of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. The masculine is the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. Again, a Gemini or a water sign, perhaps, or somebody taking on those traits. This could actually be representing the whole Scorpio full moon, because it can be, again, about water signs or Scorpio and Gemini together at the same time. Surrounded by the Nine of Water, your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. A love of life. And an 11 here. Masculine subconscious. The World with Archangel Michael. A job well done. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path toward enlightenment. Something, a phase has ended, which makes sense during a transition period. For the feminine, strength with Archangel Ariel. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Exercise instead some forgiveness and compassion. Surrounded by the Ace of Earth, who also is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. The inflow of abundance, promising business venture, important documents or contracts. This may be related to the two of Earth, but also, and more importantly, and more exciting, maybe, the Two of Fire that came through with regard to any kind of partnership, relationship, romantic, or business, or, somewhere in between. In the feminine subconscious, it's the Queen of Earth, who's thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Queen of Earth is also a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone taking on those traits, that energy. Crowning the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer. And another 11, 2 crossing the 9. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. And this Two of Water again sits next to strength, which is an 11, makes an 11-11, and they're both about the need to exercise some forgiveness and come together, I would say, for this new beginning that that the Two of Water crosses, the Ace of Earth. On this side, it crosses the Nine of Water. So this is something for which you've been asking. This is your prayers answered, wishes granted. This is what we've all been waiting for, basically. And we couldn't do it before because perhaps the masculine was hung up with something, and it may have involved a third person. Maybe 3 was a crowd. Whatever it was, again, business, friendship, romantic partnership, whatever. He had to get out of something. He's out of it, or being eased out of it, or at least contemplating easing himself out of it, or perhaps calling upon the sword or God to send the sword so that he can do that. And his prayers will be, if they've not been already, answered. And that's when he moves up here to the High Priestess and needs to pay close attention to any messages that he's receiving and guidance so that he can, move closer to this Two of Water. And we have here on this side an 11 as well. Of course, across the whole top row, the crowning row, equals 6 equals love. And all morning, I've been with this thing with the 6s. I started out random, totally random, which is not weird for me. I'm quite random. With this trivia time, I said on my Facebook page, and I posted this trivia bit about how the Louvre, outside the Louvre, there's a pyramid, and it's made of glass, and there are 666 panels of glass in it, but they don't say that, like at the Louvre Museum or the organization. They say that there's 673. So I posted that on my Facebook, and then I started getting all of these on my phone, synchronicities where the time and the temperature and the date and everything equaled 6, because today's 5/10. the time my phone had updated, everything equaled 6 or was an 1111. And at one point, I added 3 11s together, just like this, to equal 6. And then I went on to something else with the 6, and I'm like, okay, this is definitely a repeating theme today. So here it is yet again. At the root, the page of earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters. Wanting to do something more challenging in a new area of study. That reminds me, I didn't remind you guys today that if anybody is interested in perhaps going to college for free in the New York area and is 25 or younger and has a GED or high school diploma, please feel free to contact me at Queen of Swords, a light worker, at gmail.com, because I do have a plug into a paid Wall Street internship that comes with the ability to go to attend college for free too, or to at least earn some college credits. At the heart of the matter, the 10 of Earth. Wow, what a lucrative day this is going to be. Whether it's romance or finance or both. I mean, it's just awesome. A very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. Seriously, look at this. Oh my God. The High Priestess, the 9 of Water, the yes, the wishes granted, prayers answered, card of the Minor Arcana, the World, which in a way, it's kind of like I feel kind of somber about the World typically, because it was like a long drawn out process, but at the same time, I'm appreciative of the fact that it's my waiting to exhale card, because I feel it's when you can finally go like, oh, like, thank God that's over. I'm done having to deal with this very trying experience that I went through. So, how awesome is that for the masculine? And then for the feminine, strength. Maybe representing the Leo node, the fact that we've moved into the Leo node, Leo and Aquarius, both of which are my signs, which I think is totally awesome. And I'm so very thankful for the new energy. But we're getting the strength of Leo, the lion, the king of the jungle, and the feminine surrounded by the Ace of Earth. So this is a new relationship, a new job, a new company that we own, something lucrative and abundant for us, whether it's financial, material, romantic, or a combination of those. It's awesome, and it's a blessing. It's straight from God. And it sits next here to the 10 of Earth, which the masculine also shares. His wishes, again, were answered. His prayers were answered. And boom, this is with what they were answered. And boom, this is with what they were answered. Romantic partnership for him. How super awesome is this? The feminine at the root, the Queen of Earth. So, we work our way here. This may be where we manifested the thought, the idea, the plan. We began to, I know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to bring about my abundance. And then here. And then maybe it's a little scary, so here's some strength to help you to achieve it. And then shared here in the middle, crowning the 2 of Water. So like the most romantic card with regard to partnership, perhaps only combated by the Lovers. And I say perhaps because the Lovers can sometimes be about something else, not about love. It can be about a decision having nothing to do with love. So this may be, again, the most romantic card in the entire tarot, the 2 of Water. And at the root, the Page of Earth. This is news of abundance. And at the heart of the matter, here's the abundance. Here's our financial and material needs being met. Here's our emotional needs being met as well. How freaking awesome. Do I even need to clarify anything? What do we need to know about this? I'm going to the romance cards. Beginning with, you deserve love. You are lovable. Opening to, let your friends help you. I can't even talk today. I think I'm so excited. Let your friends help you. But haven't I been saying all week that Venus wants to reward us? And then here it is. Here it is. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Opening 2, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Safe for you to love. Free yourself, however. It's time for you to take back control of your life. Maybe this is for what we need the strength. The feminine has just cut some cords. Maybe, that's what I began this reading. So perhaps that's what's going on. And this strength mirrors the masculine's world. So maybe he's, again, contemplating freeing himself, but hasn't yet done it. And it's time for him to take back control of his life too. Free yourself. I'll go one more. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Free yourself is back. I'm going to cut. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Top the High Priestess. It's honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This can be the honeymoon phase of a relationship. This can be with the High Priestess, actual getting together. This can be getting together in 5D because it's the High Priestess, who's all about intuition and telepathy and otherwise keeping things to herself, which, contrary to very popular belief, is what Geminis are all about. We don't really like telling people, you know, our business and stuff like that. People say Geminis like to talk. It's not really true. Anyway, here atop the 9 of water, and your wish is granted, is retreat. But more than just retreat. It's retreat with this couple here in their wedding attire. And it's sitting here under honeymoon, where, again, I was feeling this can actually be like a trip or something for you. Or the honeymoon phase of the relationship. And perhaps for some, it's an actual honeymoon. Perhaps we have some getting married. Because, you know, again, this couple here together. Or entering some sort of commitment. Some sort of partnership, like the 2 of water. The 2 of fire. Even just getting away, like together, you know, stealing a moment, as they say. And that may have been the masculine's wish, an opportunity to just spend some time alone, you know, together with the feminine. Here, atop the world, and why he wanted to get out of a situation, or why he's needed to, and what that will enable him to do is, you know, or to handle now, is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So freeing him up to join his beloved, whatever that was. Atop strength, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So you have the strength to remain strong in your faith and to remain optimistic, not let yourself slip into pessimism. Atop the Ace of Earth. For some, the Ace of Earth is your ex or the other person, or something, you know, like this person from whom or the person you're cutting away, for some is an earth sign with whom you're cutting cords. That's what I was trying to get to. For others, the Ace of Earth, of course, because all aces do, provide you a new opportunity with somebody from a past life relationship. You've known each other before. Atop the Queen of Earth is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. The Queen of Earth is the perfect person to approach getting to know one another because she's warm, right? She's kind. She's approachable, as opposed to sometimes maybe a water sign, particularly Scorpio, or maybe an air sign, particularly Gemini. Aquarians are friendly. A Libra can be kind of tough too, but Aquarians are probably the most friendly because they're the most humanitarian of the 3. Anyway, atop the Page of Earth, and this new financial or material or, you know, opportunity for abundance. Again, it can be romantic love too. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So you have the universe sending you something, but then you've got to take, you've got to step forward toward it too. It's not going to like attack you and jump on you. You got to reach out. You got to accept the olive branch when it's extended to you. At the heart of the matter, oh, nope. I didn't see it. I guess you guys may have, but I didn't see it. Atop the two of water, and the reason there's the need for the forgiveness, and resolving rather a situation. Again, it is resolved in a positive way. But the reason, or from where it comes, is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And we have this healing family issues crossing the past life relationship, because this is from where it comes. This is something from our past lives, and maybe from our past in this life as well, from childhood or anything, something that's been following us, of which we need to let go now. We need to cut that cord. Again, hopefully it was cut just now when I said that prayer, and it'll be cut over, and it'll make sure it was cut every time somebody presses play on this video. And if any of you guys would like a copy of the prayer, again, I'm always changing it, but I can give you a copy of it in its current version if you contact me at that same email, queenofswordsdelightworker@gmail.com. Also, if you're interested in purchasing a reading from me, because I get that question a lot too, since I tend not to, talk about these things, or make those kind of announcements, same email, queenofswordsdelightworker@gmail.com. At the heart of the matter, atop the 10 of earth, it's playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Playfulness goes perfectly with this card of a very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. Why not play? We're happy. We feel good. We've got our love around us. We've got everything everything we need. Our needs are met in all areas: material, financial, emotional, spiritual. Right? With the high priestess sitting here under honeymoon. We feel good right now. Let's go to see what the Ascended Masters would add. And I'm going to start with Horus. And you are seeing this situation accurately. Opening to his mother, the goddess Isis. Balance, career, and home life is what she says. That 2 of earth that showed up here before can be about that too. And maybe all of this work that we're doing, whatever this is that's resulting in, fruitfulness, and is it a lucrative situation? Certainly don't cease to do that, but make sure that you have time for soulmate and retreat and honeymoon as well. Horus is back, opening to teacher. And the teacher, that things like past life experiences and family issues and the world, going through a process or experience like that which is connected to the world can bring, the lessons that we learn. Crystals and Epona, perhaps for the end of healing family issues. We can use some crystals with that. Teacher back, opening to fertility and pan. I almost started with fertility and pan, and then the energy left. I was like, oh my goodness. Maybe this is why I pulled that sex card yesterday, and why the day before my mind was in the wrong place. I thought that the dice said sex. It said yes, though. And cake. Fertility and pan is back. And opening 2, find the blessing in your current situation. So maybe that's for those of us who haven't moved yet, and maybe we haven't moved yet, although we're contemplating it because we're a little fearful. And that can be on this side too. There can be some of that. This is saying, look at what making a move, a decision, one way or another will do. For those of us who've made a decision already, it's saying the same thing. Like, even if you had to leave something, someone, someplace behind, look at what you're left with now, and what a blessing that is. And with fertility, opposite, find the blessing in this current situation. For some, it can be people who are unexpectedly pregnant, and weren't ready, not prepared, like most of us, aren't when these things occur. For others, it can be, giving birth to the relationship or a new business. Again, maybe that's why the feminine needs strength we're blessed with the ace of earth, but we still need strength to get through it, because it's scary. It's a new, we're embarking upon something brand new, so that's from where this energy comes, and the need to Again, stay optimistic. Not just about our love life in that case, but about our life, period. And thankful for being here, counting our blessings. That results in the power of joy. And again, for some, a bundle of joy. If that's the way in which you are fertile, it's because you create an act, and the blessing in your situation is that you're having an actual baby. Then for you, it's a bundle of joy. For the rest of us, the power of joy. Stay focused, says Kathumi. A top honeymoon and the high priestess, which again was an 11. Ganesh says, yes, I've removed the obstacles toward this. So you can have this. You can have this time, this stolen moment, or you can enjoy a honeymoon phase of a new beginning, a new relationship, whatever it is for which you prayed and you made a wish. It's granted, and Ganesh has come through to help you to achieve it. A top retreat is go now. Serapis Bay says, don't waste any time. Get out to that retreat. Spare no more time. Atop the world, and maybe where some of us are thinking that we may have blown a chance with the soulmate because we did have something going on with a third energy of some sort, and we, allowed whatever it was to exist, far too long. And, we're beating ourselves up about it. Vishnu says trust. Okay, this is the same message that the feminine's gotten here with remain positive about your relationship and your love life. Jesus says further to that, speaking of that card, open your heart to love. So not just remaining optimistic, but completely 100% open to it. And again, mirroring this trust, in full trust that everything is coming to pass. Surrounding the feminine, a top past life relationship and the new divine blessed beginning of the Ace of Earth is twin flame sitting here under Jesus. How awesome is that? And top getting to know each other, and the Queen of Earth, King Solomon says it's a priority. So get on this. Open your heart to love so that you can spend some time maybe in retreat getting to know each other in loving partnership here as the Two of Water. A top healing family issues, and that Two of Water is mother, wife, sister, daughter. So this again can be where the past life relationship card under here applies to the person with whom you're having difficulty right now, who I said may be an earth sign. It can be mother, wife, sister, daughter, or maybe it's in part you, and you have to heal your inner feminine. And that maybe that's one of the ways that you'll get through family issues once you repair, maybe your inner child or something else that's been bothering you. Clear the air with someone in your family, and that may allow you to repair a relationship. For others, as I say all the time, we have to walk away, regardless of who these people are. And that's the only way to heal the situation. But again, this sits next to Ganesh. He's removed the obstacles, so and is removing the obstacles. So if any one of these people, or anybody that is so impactful upon your life, a feminine energy likely, that's so impactful upon your life that they've been blocking your romantic relationship. Now we have the twin flame card crossing the Two of Water. Anybody that's been getting in the way of that, Ganesha again knocking them down. And you just got to release that. That's part of your transience, your transformation, your transition into this new phase of your life. And this is the universe easing you out of one situation and into another, like the world. At the root, atop, make the effort. Thought says right. Thought says right. And it may have to do with studies. It may have to do with work. Since it's here connected also with the page of Earth, and this is a general reading. With regard to romance, it can be writing a love letter. It can be writing a Dear John letter to this past life relationship of the other type of whom you need to let go. It can be sending a card, whatever the case may be, or writing down your own thoughts, putting them in a God box, or setting them on fire like me. So many possibilities with this too. At the heart of the matter, atop the playfulness and the 10 of earth in this very, very happy family life, that's just awesome. Meditate. So in order to maintain your peace, Buddha comes through with this healing modality for us. Let's get some advice. I love this. I love Spirit's sense of humor always. For the masculine, cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Feminine, you are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust that what you see in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight for your spiritual vision, helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. This teaching can also be teaching and lessons learned about you, too, in your own experiences. From Mary, Queen of Angels, masculine, action. So don't just contemplate, getting out of this, whatever this situation is. Again, whether it's business, a friendship, or a frenemyship, a situationship, a relationship, a circumstance, whatever it is, it's time to take action to rid yourself of it. Today, I take action related to the priorities, and it's here opposite priorities. Isn't that nice? That I have previously put off. So get to them now. Mary, Queen of Angels, says to the feminine, sobriety, my clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. So if we've been having how you say, like treating this issue, numbing ourselves to this issue that we had with the family member, it's time to just face it head on instead. Masculine, health and healing, says Hilarion. So we're going to continue on this path during this beautiful month of Iyar, the month of healing, toward repairing ourselves and preparing ourselves. Feminine, persistence. Don't give up. Stay optimistic, says Lou. From the angels to the masculine, the four of air, more travel perhaps, rest, recovery, replenishment of oneself, just like the retreat card atop which it sits. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. Feminine, the knight of air. We don't want to wait and rest and recover. We want to take off. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless is the knight of air. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. The knight of air is an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And lastly, masculine, from the romance angels, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So you guys let go of whatever this is to make way in your own life for whomever this is. Trust that it will all work out. Feminine. And when he's done, we're going to have him. And he's going to be worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So if this is your divine partner or your twin flame, it's just about faith and trust. Don't turn your back on the universe because things are not maybe as, things don't look as you would have them look. Okay, we got to keep the faith, trust, and open our hearts to love. I hope that you guys enjoy the daily reading. I'm pretty sure I'll be back on Saturday with a reading related to Our Lady of Fatima, a daily reading for that. Otherwise, this is for your weekend. Enjoy it. Get to cutting. Namaste.